All right. Hello, everybody. I am LivelyRaccoon, and this is Hook's Nest. It's the
Ну, далее нас
platformer
ждет
based on the movie of the same
Хук.
name. And let's get into it.
Неожиданно
All right.
такое название
3, 2,
таит под собой
1,
историю
and
Питера
go.
Пэна о мальчике,
So at
что
the start of
попал
the
в
run, I'm going to do
сказочную
something that
страну,
might
в
look a
которой
little
никто
bit
не
strange.
растет.
I'm going to slash in place with no enemies in front of me, and I'm not moving. And that might look a little bit weird, but it gets to explain the controls of this game. So there are two buttons, a jump button and a slash button. And the slash button actually doubles in function as a run button. So when I hold down the slash button and move in one direction, I build up speed and eventually start sprinting. I'm at sprint speed right now. And to get that held down, one way is to just slash on the ground. And we'll see an improvement on that in a bit. But for this stage, I get some fly meter from Tink, and then I
В игре
fly on over
буквально
to our
две
first
кнопки
boss,
для того,
Rufio,
чтобы играть.
and
Это
I'm going to
прыжок
damage
и
him
действие.
and also damage myself to
На
get
действие мы
down to
бегаем
0 health,
и используем
and that
мобилки.
will actually make the score screen a little bit faster. So if I had remaining health, it would count it towards my score, which would lose me, I believe it's 16
А,
frames per extra HP that I have. So
Для того, чтобы
when
ускорить
convenient, we want to
прохождение
get ourselves
босса,
down to 0
мы
HP.
получаем урон,
All right, so here's that improvement I
дабы
was
после
talking about.
победы
For that
у
first
нас как
stage,
можно
I
меньше
slashed in
был
place at
счетчик
the start.
набранных
And this
очков.
is actually the strat that we normally do. We pause, hold the slash button, and then unpause. And that gives you the benefit of having the slash button held down, so you start building up speed, but without having to wait for the slash animation at the start of each stage. So that's just a little thing that kind of saves a decent amount of time over the course of the run. Also in the second stage, we have the pan sword. It's a bigger sword that has a bigger hitbox and also shoots a beam. It also functions as an extra hit point. So if I got hit right now, I would not take damage. I would instead lose the sword. Which is kind of good and bad because we'd love to keep the sword for a bit longer, but we have some damage boosts we'll need to do later.
Сейчас мы хотим
So this
сохранить наш
boss is
меч.
random.
Он
It can
теряется,
appear
если мы
in
получаем
any of
урон,
these
поэтому
6
мы
holes
стараемся
in the
не получать
trees,
урон.
and I can cover 5 of them
Одна
when
из
I have the sword. You gave me
э,
good luck there. That was really
важных
nice.
механик игры в том, что меч
That bottom
обладает,
middle hole is the only one that I
как в
can't
Зельде,
cover with the
дальней
sword.
атакой.
And I kept the sword through that stage just to be able to cover more options during that tree boss, kind of negates some of the luck. Now moving on to stage 3. This stage is a vertical climb upwards, so we're going to take advantage of some damage boosts, as well as taking advantage of this game's sometimes kind of
Третий
seemingly
стейдж у нас
generous collision
практически
detection, like that
вертикальный.
jump right there.
О,
Where
нет,
we
мы
jump,
получили урон.
and it looks like we don't
У нас
quite
теперь стандартный
reach
наш меч.
the slope or the
И
platform that we're
еще раз
jumping at.
получили урон, это немножко
But
неприятно.
what's actually happening is that Peter's collision hitbox, which is just kind of a rectangle around him, the corner is just
Получаем
barely
фейчик, и мы
colliding
можем лететь к
the
концу
collision
уровня.
hitbox for the slope. And so the game kind of puts us up despite it looking like we're not actually reaching that slope. Now we're moving on to stage 4. Stage is pretty straightforward. We're just kind of fly through it. And while that's going on, I gotta come clean about something because this is a movie game and it's based on a pretty good movie. So you might be expecting this to be ripe with movie lore. Well, unfortunately, I've actually never seen the
Игра
movie
сделана
despite
полностью
running
по
this game since
мультфильму.
2014. And I can only apologize for that. And if you're angry, be sure to send in a donation and let me know. Speaking of which, we're at an auto
Мне
scroller,
казалось,
so
Раннер
good
сказал,
time for
что
some
он не
donations.
смотрел мультик, хотя ранит
Thank you
эту
very
игру
much. We have got a
в 24
$25
года.
donation from Sluggy that says, "Good luck, Lively. Glad I get to catch your run live." And we also have a massive $250 donation from Wampa Stompa that says, "Hook on my birthday, bang bang." And happy birthday there, Wampa Stompa. And then last run there as well, we have Tapio J there with $750. 15 spaces at $50 a pop. Thank you all for checking out our Gunstar Heroes run. Thank you very much for that massive donation there. We're so sorry about Dice Palace.
All right. So I moved on to the boss for this stage, which is that little ship. It's kind of random in the way that it comes out, and I messed up my strat a little bit there, but we were able to improvise
Получаем,
and get a
опять же,
pretty
как
quick
можно больше
boss
дэмэджа,
kill, so
чтобы
not too
под
bad.
конец уровня
Now
нам
moving on to stage 5.
дали меньше
We're
очков.
actually going to see our
За это
first
мы
zip of the run here,
потеряли,
so
не потеряли
going to
много
start
времени.
by jumping and slashing.
Да, это
Hold
сейвит
that slash
примерно
button
пару
down, start
кадров,
building
но
its
это же
quick
пару
speed,
кадров.
and then this
Да и
quick
тем более
slam
нам
is
ХП
going to drag us
восстанавливает на
down,
каждом
and
уровне.
it's going to get us below this wall. And when we jump up and fly, that's actually going to put us partially inside of the wall. And the game doesn't want
Ого,
us to be
если
inside
мы
of a wall,
в
and so
определенном
it
месте, когда
ejects us out the
утопаем
opposite direction
в
we're
зыбучих
holding. So
песках,
I
сделаем
was
прыжок,
holding
нас
down
просто
left there,
зипнет
and it
наверх.
ejects me upwards, and we're able to skip a decent little section of the level there. And we're just going to fly on up to the end of the level. Not too bad.
Здесь мы должны были
Then
получить
moving on
пыльцу
to
феи, чтобы
stage
долететь
6.
до
This
конца.
is a winter
И
stage.
нам
It's pretty
даже
straightforward. We're
хватило
just
неполной полоски.
gonna try to keep moving to the right without, breaking our momentum. Other than we will have to stop kind of right at the start here because of the snowball enemy. Take him out real quick, and then we can start going again. Here, I'm gonna do this jump. Try to get, there we go, under that slope. And we're gonna get this extra hit point. So if you notice at the top where it says power, that's my HP. I just got an additional tree, which will be helpful for later to do some other
Мы наконец
some
подбрали
additional damage
экстра
boost.
хп. Теперь у нас не 2, а 3
Will
хп.
save some time, and it's nice for safety as well. Coming up on a bit of a finicky clip. See if I'm able to get it.
Из-за этого мы теперь можем в некоторых местах делать намного
it
больше дэмэдж
tricked me.
бустов.
Dang. It looked like I was about to start clipping there, but didn't quite
Ой-ой-ой, не
go
получился у
all
него
the
небольшой
way.
скип.
So that
Придется
clip is a
идти
bit
более-менее
weird.
казуально.
Knockback in this game
И
works
у
on
него
a
остается
4-frame
одно
frame
хп.
rule, and if you get one of the good frames, then Peter will clip through that slope. But if you get one of the bad frames, I think there are 2 of each, then you won't clip through the slope. And what that kind of translates to in English is that there's roughly like a 50%
принципе,
chance that I'll
побеждаем
actually clip through that slope.
Босса с минимальным количеством хп.
Unfortunately, wasn't able to
Бой
get
немножко был
into
опасный,
tries
потому
there,
что
but
шарики
still was
немного
able
рандомно
to,
летят.
get a decent backup, so we're still going. And now we're on to everybody's favorite stage, stage 7.
Благо
This
раннер у
stage
нас
is
профессионал.
only an auto scroller the whole time, and it's like a minute long, so good time for some donations.
Thank you very much. We got a $50 donation from Boots42 that says, "What a great way to start the day." We also got a $25 donation from Quinton that says, "I've been donating
Кто из
for
себя
the past
представляет
3 years,
абсолютно
and it keeps
автоскроллер.
being an amazing event. The runners are so good, and it is for such an amazing cause. It also distracts me way too much from my thesis, but that's worth it. Good luck to all the runners." And we have a $5 donations from Yuri that says, "I've been following the live marathon since 2014, but now I'm able to donate for the cause. In the last year, I found out that I have thyroid calcification, and it can lead to cancer.
Специально
So
получаем
I'm
урон.
going to surgery soon. Thanks to the early detection. Wish me luck. And thank you to everyone for making this possible. The runners, the hosts, the tech crew, interviewers, and chat. Much love to you all. And good luck with your surgery there, Yuri." We also have a $50 donation from Coraline Violet that says, "When I was 7, my father rented Hook. I must have really liked it because I finished the game at least 3 times before it was returned. I remember its music well enough to hum it at random in the 20 plus years before I saw the game again. Celebrating 7 years of being cancer-free while
Мы
watching
получали
YouTube.
урона для
Keep
того,
doing
чтобы
what you do
завершить
and
уровень
keep
как
that
можно
determination,
быстрее, не
friends.
дожидаться,
P.S.
пока нам
Courtney Mullen
посчитают
is
наше
next."
количество жизней.
All right. So we've made it through the auto scroller perfectly. Frame perfect
И при этом
execution
мы
there.
также заполучили
Now
меч.
we're on to stage 8. This stage is dark when that flame is not on the screen. But luckily
Идеально
there are these
пройденный
kind
был,
of
кстати
green
говоря.
effects going on in the background.
Автоскроллер,
Give you a lot of good
не было
visual
потеряно
cues
ни
of where
кадра.
platforms are, even if you can't actually see them. Now I'm gonna attempt a very difficult zip. Ah, dang, that stinks. not quite able to get it
Вернее,
there.
хочешь попробовать очень
Basically, I
сложный
want to
зип.
be as far left as possible up against that wall,
Зип довольно
and that will
похож
put
на
me in a specific position
зипы,
that I
которые
can do
происходят
some
в
movement that will put
Мегаменах.
me inside the wall, and I'll zip over to the left and save a decent bit of time, but nudged a little too far to the right. Let's see if I can get the second zip. Nice. Okay, we got the second one. That saves a little bit less time, and it's not as precise in terms of the positioning. It's more of a timing thing. So basically, we're manipulating the way that Peter's hitbox changes as we fly in different directions and then eventually slash. And that puts Peter's hitbox partially inside of the floor. And just like when Peter's hitbox is partially inside of the wall, the game doesn't want us inside there. So it will eject us out over to the left when we hold right. Now on to the boss for this stage. This boss can be a little bit tricky.
Ужасные
We
уровни.
need
Я
to
вот никогда
walk
не
far
любил
enough right
на старых
that he throws his head at us, but not too
консолях,
far
когда
to the
делали
right so
темные
that we're able
уровни,
to
где ты не видишь
clear
уровень,
over
и
his
тебе нужно
body
идти на ощупь.
without taking damage. I'm gonna attempt
По-моему,
another zip
это
here
один
just
из
for
худших
fun.
геймдизайнов, которые возможно только придумать.
Nice. All right. And that last zip there is exactly the same as that previous zip. We are getting ourselves into the floor and getting the game to eject us to the left, and then we end up at the end level trigger. Moving on to stage 9. This stage had a kind of precise jump right there at the start. We need to jump just as we build sprint speed. If we jump a little bit too late, then we'll end up taking damage from that enemy. And if we jump too early, we won't have sprint speed when we jump, and we'll lose about a second in terms of the movement. And on this stage, we have a lot of different individual screens, so almost on every individual screen, we're doing that strat that I talked about earlier, where we pause, hold the slash button, and then unpause. The exception is this room, because we start with a jump, so we can just slash in the air. Oh, I didn't get sprint speed. Thanks. So those platforms are perfectly spaced out so that if you land on the left edge and jump at the right edge, you'll actually get sprint speed. I was just jumping a little too early there. And here's Smee. It's a very tough boss fight. Nice, nailed it. All right. So that boss fight can be pretty tricky. We need to position kind of perfectly under him because he's going to move towards us. So we want his movement to be straight downwards. And then if we're timing the hits correctly, we can do just what I did there, which we just kind of chain hits very quickly and get a really quick kill there. It was very nice. Now we're on to the final stage before the final boss. Another precise jump right there, where we again have to jump right as we build sprint speed in order to get over that shield enemy. If we jump too late, we get hit by the shield enemy.
У нас
Jump
последний
too
уровень
early,
перед
then
финальным
we won't have
боссом.
sprint speed, so our jump won't get the
Ран
height
довольно
that it
быстро у нас
needs.
проходит, он практически без ошибок.
All right, this room has another pretty hard trick. We'll see if I can get it.
Ранее решил потерять
Kind of
меч,
precise jump.
пожертвовать
Nice,
им,
okay, I got it.
дабы ускорить
So
прохождение.
we need to kind of land on the left edge of those spikes,
О, а
and
он
then
с
jump at the
помощью
very right edge.
того, что
Again,
встал на
they're
шипы, смог
just
пропустить часть
long enough
комнаты. Я
that we
так
can get
понимаю,
sprint speed.
изначально
And we get
выход он
up
должен был
into that
попадать с
platform, which
помощью
actually isn't
феечки,
intended to be an entrance. It's supposed to
но
be an
он
exit that kind of trolls you. But if you're able to
кипает
use your
полностью этот
invincibility
момент.
like that to get sprint speed on the spikes,
Феи
then
здесь
we're
довольно
able to
своего
just barely
расположены,
reach it,
поэтому мы
which is
можем их
quite
частично
nice.
пропускать.
Take another hit of damage here and just fly through this screen. And now we're going to make our way
Получили еще один
towards
урон
the first
специально.
encounter with Hook. So first we have this encounter with Hook, and then we'll have one more, and that will be the last boss. Hook is just timing. He is going to try to slash us every few seconds, and we need to hit him as he's trying to hit us. I got hit. Okay. One more hit. Okay. So just timing there. Mistimed one of the hits, but that's fine. And again, we're getting down to
Ну
0
и
health,
нам
0
всего
fly
пару
meter, and that makes the
ударов нужно
score
для того,
screen
чтобы
go as
победить
quickly
босса.
as possible. Now we have the final hook fight. So
И
time
опять
is
же мы
coming up
получали
here
урона от
in a bit.
босса для того,
If I
чтобы
can get this.
наш финальный скрин был чуть-чуть помедленней. Помедленней,
Two,
побыстрее.
four,
Чтобы он был
two,
немедленным,
three,
я хотел
four,
сказать. Но
1, 2, 3,
оговорочка.
4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 4, and that's time. All right. Really good boss fight there at the end. And yeah, that was Hook's Nest. Hopefully you had a good old comfy time. If you're interested in this
Очень-очень
game, hit up the
прекрасный
speedrun.com
ран,
page. It has all the resources in the Discord. Or just hit me up.
который
I'm always
прошел
delighted to see
идеально.
anybody
Bуквально
run this
идеально.
game. And shout outs to the Hook community in particular, Author Blues, one of my biggest inspirations throughout the years speedrunning this game, and Snick, who did a really good task with a lot of good notes that helped out. And thanks to GDQ for having me and being one of my biggest speedrun inspirations. I've been speedrunning for almost 10 years, and it's wild the amount of positive impact it's had on my life just in general. So encourage anybody on the fence to give speedrunning a try. And yeah, thank you all for watching, and have a good one.